e-discovery, and I just want to mention this to the extent that you know that it exists. This is electronic discovery, electronically stored information, and it's driving the cost up in litigation, and it's most of what's going on now in litigation in terms of discovery. And think about it. In your mission organization, I bet you 90% of your documents are electronically stored in some way or other in servers all over the world and on devices. Different jurisdictions have different protocols on it. ESI is electronically stored information. Simple ESI is emails, Word documents, Excel. More complex ESI is databases, legacy systems, internet sites. The newer forms of ESI, devices, social media, all that stuff somebody put on their Facebook. Dynamic software that links to a database that's changing outside the hardware. You're going to want to review your document retention policies and schedule with your attorney. Introduce your attorney and your IT person. They should be new best friends. Your attorney needs to really understand how your IT works, where stuff is stored, and how. Talk to your attorney about ways of limiting the cost. It's not going to impress the judge if you just say, oh, it's going to be too expensive to locate such and such, or it's not really here, it's somewhere else. You really got to have a handle on where it is, what it is, and how much it would actually cost to retrieve it. This can be literally hundreds of thousands of dollars to deal with. There are some newer approaches and possibilities on reducing these costs that attorneys are starting to experiment with, because e-discovery alone makes litigation almost impossibly difficult. But sometimes your attorney can negotiate to have it narrowed in time and scope so it's not so outrageous. E-discovery is so specialized that you usually pull in an expert on it. This is not a do-it-yourself, and this is not something you want your IT person saying they can handle unless they've actually done a lot of litigation e-discovery. You get it wrong, and you can actually mess up the documents. For instance, in some types of litigation, the timestamps are important, and you get your IT person to go in and do some procedure that changes all the timestamps to today, and wow, that could be trouble. A contract dispute, for instance, in the paper days, it might be hard to tell when different versions of the contract were created. Well, with good e-discovery, you could tell which is the later binding version of the contract, but not if you have someone screw it up. This is not an area for amateurs to be messing around in.